many businesses are expected to feel the impacts of the 184% tariff the U.S. has placed on Chinese imports, and that includes a popular Springdale clothing store. The store's owner shared with KNWA's Gabriella Phelan that she's worried this could cut into a good part of her customer base.
On Emma Avenue in Springdale. That's where Della DeVille's a vintage clothing shop has sat for almost 7 years.
It's just kind of like playing dress up every day.
The shop's owner, Della Billingsley, says she works hard to keep the racks stocked, hand-selecting everything from intricate dresses to bright-colored fabrics and even denim.
The shop's just full of things that I love. You know, it's kind of hard to find true vintage pieces that are, specializing in the 40s and the 50s and the older styles. We just have a lot of fun with it.
But on the other side of the store, she keeps an inventory of new items designed to reflect the past.
Half of my store is vintage inspired, so these are all reproduction vintage styles that are made by a lot of really small businesses. It's a very niche market.
Billingsley says it's those items that allow some to embrace the more vintage look.
We're able to go up to, a 4X or a 5X, which isn't always readily available in the true vintage pieces.
But that could all change after Billingsley says her wholesalers started to cut ties over the weekend.
One by one, all of my brands started emailing me, letting me know that get your orders in. If you have any orders that you want to place, this is the last weekend for it.
Their reasoning? The 184% tariff imposed on Chinese imports.
They're being hit on tariffs on their end, and that kind of ripples down and affects us because they do wholesale those items to us. So most of them are actually just shutting down their wholesale operations, which means we just won't be able to, get any of those items until things are able to be sorted out, which is super unfortunate.
Billingsley says the move could take away a good portion of her customers, but she's confident they'll be able to stay afloat.
We've been through hardships before, with COVID. We had just been open for a year prior to that. So, you just pivot. You make the changes that are necessary, and hopefully it all changes for the better soon.